Welcome back to another episode of All in Motorsport. On today's episode, it's quite a special one, as a lot of yous are questioning it and wondering why. What is the difference between a Briska F2 and an Outlaw F2? And in today's video, we're going to show you that. Mainly to do with the tyres, because the Outlaw boys, they run the Yokohama tyres, and the Briska boys run the High Fly tyres. So the Yokohama tyres are a lot better grip. Like, you can get the traction down a bit better and get away on the corners when you put your foot down, whereas the High Flies, they're not a great tyre, but it still keeps everyone on the same playing field, so it makes for good racing. And I don't know, I find with the High Flies, like, you can get sideways a bit, and obviously you don't want to be sideways, but it is always fun. Anyway, we did get a bit more than we actually bargained for with this video, because it was meant to be just the Briska and the Outlaw, but instead, two Briska F1s turned up, and we managed to share the track with them. So you'll be able to see what the difference is between all three cars. So without further ado, we'll get straight into the video. But just before we do, I want to say a massive thank you to Craig Driscoll from Premier Motorsports for sorting me out the discs in time. Like, it was a rush when I got there. He was rushed off his feet trying to get them sorted for me and stuff, because he had a big order in and whatnot. But he managed to sort it out. And to Graham Fagan, the Northern Irishman, whose car my car used to belong to, because he got me the Ferrado and the PBS brake pads sent over, like, special delivery. Otherwise we wouldn't have been able to go, because them pads that I had on the car, absolutely shocking. So without them two, this video wouldn't have been possible. So I just want to say a massive thank you to both of yous. We had one of the top Outlaw drivers come to do this with us, so it wasn't like an average sort of Outlaw driver. Obviously, I think that I'm more of an average Briska F2 driver. I'm not up there, but I'm not also down there. Like, the car's starting to get on the pace. We're seeing a lot of improvement with the car, so it is a good, like, mix. And obviously, being with one of the top Outlaw boys, it does just show the real difference that these tyres do make. So I want to shout, Patrick, thank you for coming and doing this with us. Like, otherwise it wouldn't have been possible without you either. So let's just get straight into the video, guys. I hope you all enjoy. So the first outing is just to bed them new pads in, the discs, to get the tyres warm. We didn't actually set tyre pressures or anything for this one. We just wanted to get out there, and my dad said, if we don't do the pressures and that, you're not tempted to give it, big boys. But obviously I had to after I realised that the brakes were working and stuff. So the first outing is just getting it all warm, getting the tyres bedded in and whatnot, because we did put a new tyre on the car. So here we go, Briska F2 versus Outlaw. What's your bets? Put them in the comments, see which one you reckon's better and faster on the track. Let's go. can clearly tell, going down the straights, going into the corners, both cars seem even, but it's about the halfway point where the Yokohamas seem to get that traction, and they're able to get on the power that little bit quicker and get going, which obviously creates more speed down the straights because they can get on it quicker and get going. So you can see the difference in the tyres there just from the cornering. I don't think entry in the corner is any different, down the straights is any different, other than that they can carry a bit more speed coming out of the corners because they can get on it quicker. I hope you've enjoyed that Outlaw and the Briska one. Up next we do have Matt Newson bought the brand new Dutch car that he's just built. So this will show you the top level car in Briska F1, and there's more of like an average Briska F1 car out there as well. So you'll just see the difference between like a mega car and like, I wouldn't say it's a cheaper car and stuff, because when it was brand new it was probably one of the best cars, I don't know, but it will just show you the comparison from like a top spec Briska car to a more medium range Briska car and how we perform against both of them. So let's just see how we get on in this one. So as you can see, the top spec F1, that's just leaving you for dust down the straights. But going into the corners, look at how much we can leave our braking a lot later than them and get back onto them. But the second they get that traction, they're away again. So trying to actually keep up with him was a mission, and he ended up just flying away. With the medium range Briska F1, we did manage to get past him, and that was good. Like, obviously you've seen, managed to get past him, we got away. So between the Briska F2 and the Briska F1, the Briska F1s have so much more power, but if they can't get that traction down, it's no use to them. Like, it's no use. Like, so The F2s, we don't have as much power, well, a lot less power, but we can get that traction down. We're a lot lighter, so we can fling it into the corners more, carry that speed round. You can see the difference with the cornering and the exit compared to the F1s. Their cornering's a lot slower, but once they get that grip, they're away. In this one, I did get past the F1, and then I seen him in the mirror and I seen him there, and I was just like, do you know what, we're gonna have a play, because I kept seeing him go sideways and it was my last run out, so I thought we'll have a little play and just put on a little bit of a show for everyone that was watching. There weren't many people because obviously it was just a test day, but it was just more just to have fun. So we let him back past, and then we just sat with him, and I was just giving it big licks. Like, I was just enjoying that style of driving, because in these cars you're so focused on getting it going well, I think you sort of forget just to have a bit of fun in the car. Like, I've been so driven on getting the car faster and faster that my driving style is actually getting the back end round and having fun. So this last outing was like probably the best run that I had, but it was just because I was driving the way that I actually wanted to drive the car, which I know isn't the fastest way, but at the end of the day, it's all about having fun, and this is what we've done. So I just want to say a massive thanks to Patrick and to the F1 boys, even though that wasn't planned. I did ask Matt Newson for his permission to put him on the video and stuff like that, so I didn't want to seem rude and just chuck him on. But at the same time, it's free publicity, it's promoting the formulas. I find with Outlaw F2, the community and everything is a lot better. Like, I'm not slating any formulas, that I've done Outlaw and F2, and I find the community with the Outlaws is a lot better. Everyone does want to help you. Like, it doesn't matter whether you're at the top or your first time out, everyone does want to help. The hits, I wouldn't say are as hard, because everyone's on more of a lower budget and they can't really, they can afford to have damage and whatnot, but they would rather not. And whereas the Briska boys, I've found I'd much rather be on a grid with 50 Outlaw drivers than 50 Briska drivers, because you know once that gate closes, it's like you're in the lines then. Like, if you're not on the pace and you're in the way, like, you're getting out of the way. Whereas Outlaw, it's a bit more like they'll just tap you a little bit and get you out of the way. Whereas Briska, it's like, bosh, get out of the way sort of thing. It's like, we're coming through. But I've found with Briska, I have had a lot of the top drivers and like their dads and stuff like that messaging me, coming up to me, and they're trying to advise me and help me. So I don't know, like, Briska always have this thing where, like, if you speak to Outlaw drivers, oh, the Briska lot, like, they keep everything hush hush and all this lot. But really, if you're at the top of the sport, it's proven, like, they've all come up to me wanting to advise me and help me get around the track and be better. So to all of you lot that have done that, like, I massively appreciate that. And I think people need to understand that not everyone's labelled and tarnished with the same brush. Like, people are out there and they do want to help. the people out there that are wanting to get into the sport and they don't know whether they want to go Outlaws or Briska, I would suggest, if you got a bit more money behind you and you're up for like getting smashed up and whatnot, go Briska, because like the intensity and stuff, like I find when I've raced the Outlaw, I'm in my head, I'm like getting focused, ready to go on the track and stuff, but it's more calmer. Whereas every time I've went to go on the track in Briska, I'm thinking to myself like this is real, do you know what I mean? Like these boys are gonna be coming hard, like gay. You need to be on it, and it's hard to stay focused. Like they're consistent every single lap, and that is like half of the battle, is trying to stay consistent every single lap. And these boys have got it down to a T because they're doing it week in, week out. Outlaw, they're mainly racing once, maybe twice a month, and it's very different, but it's very much the same, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. Like both of them are great formulas to get into. It's just Outlaw is a little bit cheaper, and I don't think Outlaw get the following that the Briska lot do, and I don't know why that is. And it's like Swaffham Raceway, every time the Outlaws have a race there's only like 4 or 5 cars turning up, and I don't understand why, because that is one of the best Outlaw tracks. So for me, I'd like to try and get people to go to Swaffham and race there. We were racing, well, we were there when we were filming this video, there was 4 F2s there, and I thought to myself, this is sometimes more than what the actual race meetings get, and it's a shame, because Swaffham is a great track. I'm not trying to be biased towards either formula or say one's better than the other, because I think they're both great, and the racing in both of them are spot on. If you're wanting to get into it, test the waters in Outlaw, and just make sure that like before you're throwing big money at it, take some hits, give some hits back, get your car going good, and then maybe look at going into Briska, as long as your car is up to Briska spec. Or if you do want to buy a newer car and then get into it, I wouldn't recommend jumping straight into Briska, because I think that's what scares a lot of people off, is how intense it is. Like I find Briska very, very intense, but I think that's just because I'm starting in Briska. But it's like Briska is another level, and I understand that they get such a big following because it is all like pedal to the metal, like thrashing. Like it is quality, but it's all like it gets your adrenaline going. But I do just want to say, I'm trying to hit the affiliate markers on YouTube so I can start getting paid from it, and I want to reinvest it back into the channel so I can make these sort of videos for you, because I actually, at the minute, I'm loving making the videos and doing these little videos rather than the actual competition side of trying to be the best driver. Like that's what I've always wanted to be, is the best. And at the minute, the way that the world's working, I'm actually just enjoying getting the videos out and maybe doing more competition videos and like this car against that car, just entertaining videos for you guys out there to promote the sport, to promote each formula. So when I can hit that affiliate marker and you can have members and people release a video to them a day earlier and all that stuff, I don't agree with that, but I am going to be putting it so you can put like a donation instead, and all that'll be is putting money into like advertising, so more people can see the channel, more people can see like our sport, and just promoting it and putting into like maybe buying another camera so I can have a rear facing camera, because I ain't really got the funds to be chucking loads of money into it and trying to race, because everyone's got life and like real life situations going on and stuff, and it's just hard to juggle it all at the same time and put all my eggs in one basket. I can't do that at the minute, so I'm just trying to ask for a little bit of help, that when I do hit them markers, if you do have a spare £1, £5, whatever it is, just donate it, and it helps me to be able to buy like a camera, like I said, so you can see more action pack with a camera on the back. I do these videos in like my van because I don't want to keep taking the GoPro off the car once it's on the car, because it's just a headache. So rather than doing that and then getting less jobs done on the car, or tweaking the car and getting out and getting another run in, etc., I don't want to be doing that. So I'd like a new camera so I can film at the track and I don't have to keep taking the camera off the car or sitting in my van and doing it, because it's not nice for you guys, it's not nice for me to have to keep doing it. And at the end of the day, all I want to do is just promote our sport and like what we all love doing and what we put our heart and souls into. We do have a very exciting video coming up on the release of potentially a new chassis design coming into play, so you need to keep an eye out for that video as well. I'm going to try and promote that person / company as much as I can to try and help them, push them forward. Like, they're just trying to get off the ground with it all as well, but they've got lots of years of experience, and I believe that these chassis might actually be the next best thing, and they've got some other little special ideas coming up as well, so you need to keep your eye out for that. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, mainly a subscribe. It helps me out massively, like more than you can actually understand. It helps me hit them targets to start getting money back from YouTube, because I've invested quite a bit of money into the YouTube channel and I'm not seeing anything back from it. I know it'll pay off, but without you lot helping me, it's never gonna happen. So I know we just need to stay consistent, keep it going, and I hope you all have a great week, great weekend. Stay safe until the next one.